Welcome back to Going Solo. I'm Rick, and this week we'll be taking Hans and Laurie to the Carnival of Blood. There are some special rules with Carnival of Blood. The first is each of the item decks contains a trap card. Revealing a trap card, even if it is part of your search action where you get to draw two and choose one, it does trigger and you have to resolve that. There's also traps in the Terror deck, some of which will instruct you to put a specific token on a space. That token then becomes trapped, and that trap will go off if the final girl or a victim goes into that space. Of course, victims are instantly killed by any traps, and the traps have different effects on the final girl. So, let's go ahead and jump in. Laurie knew she should know better than to go along with another of Lucy's outings. But when she looked at her with those big doe eyes and said, "Don't you want to take me to the circus?" all Laurie could hear herself saying was, "I'd love to." They saw the animals, they laughed at the clowns, they bought popcorn. Lucy smiled and beamed, and it was wonderful. But Laurie couldn't shake the feeling that something was off about the place. A sixth sense she had come to trust. "We need to go, Lucy," she said, pulling her to the exit. But when they got there, it had been sealed off, and a dead clown was staked to the entrance. "Oh God, not again!" Lucy screamed. For her part, Laurie wasn't at all surprised. "Damn it, Lucy. What have you gotten us into this time?" "Come on," she said out loud. "Let's kill him." All right. So Lucy has convinced us to come to the carnival. Let's see. What should my strategy be here? So Hans is not too far away. I do need to try to actually take him out this time, as I've failed the last two. I am on an exit space with the girlfriend, but keeping her around gives me an extra dice to roll. So I think, for the moment at least, I'm going to take her with me. Maybe? Scary to think that. But let's go ahead and start off with a focus and see if I can reduce the horror level some. Oof. I don't plan on attacking this turn, as it is the first turn, so I will discard the weak attack and short rest cards to turn that into a success. So I can reduce the horror level by 1. And then we're going to go for a walk. And of course, those are two complete failures. So, nothing I can do about that. I do, however, lose 2 time points. I don't want to lose any more because I do need cards. So, we're going to stop our action phase there. I've got 3 points left. So I'm going to take a... I think I'm going to take a sprint, so I can move around a little bit, and a close call. Alright. Which means all of these go back over here in the tableau. And it is Hans's turn. There's no one to kill in his space, so we will draw the first terror card. He just keeps coming. So he targets the closest final girl or victim. He moves once towards them, and then he attacks once. So he's probably going to go after this set, because they are the closest with the most people. So he will move one space towards them. but since he can only move one space, there's nobody to kill. I forgot to mention that the horror level does go up as well with that card. Alright, so since nobody died, there's no panic, and there's no upkeep at the moment. Oh, I forgot to reveal an event card. Mirrors everywhere. If you attack and there are one or more victims in your space, a victim dies for every one you roll. Woo! Okay. So if I roll ones when I'm trying to attack, with victims in my space, I might end up in trouble. I forgot to roll an extra dice because Lucy was in my spot. But my fault, so we'll just move on. Okay. So back to my action phase. Let's try this walking thing again. Two successes. So I lose a time, but I get to move 2 spaces. And I think I will go here and here. And then maybe... Oh, that's an exit space as well. But there's... from the inside. Okay. So it would take 4 spaces at least for Hans to get to me. But he's probably going to go after these guys if he draws another card that targets victims. We're going to try to focus again. Another 2 successes, so I gain 2 time. And horror goes down 1. Excellent. I'm not going to move. I'm not going to use my sprint yet because I do want to search here. So I'm going to end my action phase there so I can buy cards. Obviously, I'm going to buy a search card for 2 points. I will buy a distraction for 3 points. And I will buy a guard for 2 points, just in case. And then, of course, I can get my 0 cost. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm not over the 10 card limit. And both of these can go back over here. All right. So, it's Hans's turn once more. There's nobody for him to attack in his space, so he just keeps coming again. Okay. So he'll move right here and kill one of these victims. So we have 1 dead. Horror level goes up. Bloodlust goes up. And now, there is panic. So both of these guys are going to panic. Let me move them aside so that I can see the numbers. I'll just roll both dice at the same time. So one of them gets a 3, the other one gets a 5, so they both go here. Okay. Alright. And there's no upkeep after that. So, brings us back to the action phase. I am going to search. I get 30 dice because the girlfriend is with me. You know what? Before I search, let's do a distraction. See if I can... Well, that would only bring it down to 2. I do have another focus. So maybe I could bring it down to where I get another dice. If I can do that, oh, then it could be on. Okay, so that's 1 success. I'm going to discard weak attack and short rest to make it 2 successes so that I can move horror down 2 levels. And I gain 2 time for that. And then focus. As long as I get at least 1 success, then we are up in the number of dice we use. 1 success. That's all I needed. So time goes down by 1, but the horror level goes down as well. And I am now up to 4 dice because I have the girlfriend and my horror level is low enough that I get 3. And this is the Forest of Horrors, which is going to be this first one over here. So I could get an axe, which would be fantastic. So we are going to search. That's 2 successes. So I take the top 2 cards. I choose one, place the other on top face up or underneath face down. But if it's a trap, it has to trigger immediately. So I can choose either the axe or it's not a trap. Good. Telescoping 10-foot pole. Once per action, you may skip 1 space when moving. No effects are triggered in the skip space, and no victims may follow you into or beyond the skip space. I think I'm going to take the throwing axe, because on the one hand it is a one-handed weapon, but it also gives me a range that I can attack him from 1 space away. However, if I do throw it, it is gone. Alright. And I'm going to put this face down on the bottom here. Alright, so I've got a throwing axe now, which is excellent. And now I'm going to attempt to sprint. If I can get 2 successes on this, I can get at least 2 people to an exit. Only 1. I'm going to use a close call. I'm not going to do the 2. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to reroll 1. And it's a success. Awesome. Which means I get to move 3 spaces. So, the question is, do I leave the girlfriend here? I want her to be close so that I can get my extra dice back. But I also want to save 2 people. And I can only take 2 with me. So I think what I will do is I will take the girlfriend and 1 into this space with me. And then I will take these 2 to 2 and 3. And they can escape. I'm going to... Let's see if I can hold on to the 3 dice for a little bit longer. And I'll also... I can move another space back towards the girlfriend. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Alright. And that is going to end my action phase. So I have 6 time points to use. Let's see here. I plan on going... I'm probably going to try to head down here to save this person, but I'd like to take somebody with me. I don't think it's going to be possible, though, at this moment. So I plan to go in here, which means I would lose 1 dice, but I've still got 3 because of my horror level. So I'm going to take a sprint for 2. There is a search spot on the way, so I will take a search for 2. I've got 2 left. I will take another guard for 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So let's put these back. These are zeros. Distraction goes here. And these are zeros. Okay. All right, and it is Hans's turn. There's nobody in his space. But he does a horrific hammer rush. So he's going to target victims. He gets to move up to twice and then attack twice. And each victim killed increases the horror level. So I will no longer have my 3 dice. Because he's obviously going to go after one of the groups of 2. Which one is more effective for him? They both seem fairly equal. So I think he's going to go this way. Which means he kills both of these guys. The bloodlust goes up 2, which gains another horror. So horror goes up by 3. Which puts me back down to 2 dice. It was good while it lasted. All right, so there's no panic because there's nobody still in his space, and there's no upkeep. So I might have to change my strategy a little bit. Let's try for a walk first. Let me see here. Do I want to get rid of something? I could get rid of a focus and a guard, I guess. To at least give me a success. So that I can move 1 space. Or do I want to move? I think I want to move here so that I have the extra dice. And then I'm going to do a sprint. Come on. 1 success. So lose 1 time, but I get to move 2 spaces. So which way to go is the question. I could get the girlfriend out of here, but that would get rid of my extra dice possibilities altogether. But it would also give me another set over here. And if she dies in the same space as me, that's going to be 5 horror increase. So that would put it all the way up, which would be very difficult to recover from. I do think I'm going to go ahead and save her. If I'm allowed to. Let me see here. Oh, camera. Okay, well, I can't get the book right now. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, she can be saved. Okay. Move the camera a little bit. There we go. Alright, so she can be saved, so she was. She didn't die. I think I will take... Don't need the health increase, so I think I'll just take the 2 time that I lost. And we can go from there. Alright. So 6 time. Let's take a distraction again, because I want to get the horror level back down. And I got 3 points left. So let's also go for an improvise, which can make 3s and 4s successes. Alright, these cards go back over here. And it's Hans's turn. There's nobody for him to kill in his space, so we get a terror card. I'm all wrapped up and I can't get free. So, first step. Targeting the Final Girl, move once, and attack once. So what is the quickest path to her? This way. He's still only got 1 space of movement, so we're good. But we place a rope trap in my space. Alright. A rope trap, which is this one. And immediately apply its effects. So the rope trap causes me to discard 1 action card at random. Okay. So, shuffle these. And then discard 1 at random. Distraction. I was hoping it wouldn't be that one. But if a walk or sprint was discarded, then horror goes up by 2. It wasn't. So that's good at least. Now, there's no panic phase and no upkeep. Okay. So all I've got is walk right now. And I've only got 2 dice. I got 1 success and a partial. I'm going to leave it as a success and a partial. So I do lose 1. But I also get to move 1 space. Which I think is going to be this way. Not much else I can do here. So, we'll move on. Alright, so I've got 5 points to spend. I'll spend 3 on a distraction and 2 on a sprint. And then get my zeros. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that puts me at my 10 hand limit. And then this walk and this distraction go back in the tableau. All right. Hans. There's nobody in his space to kill. He just came out of nowhere. Placed Hans with the furthest target possible. So that's going to be over here. Increase horror and draw the next terror card. It burns, it burns. Place the acid trap token in your space. Immediately apply that trap's effects, and then horror increases by 2. Okay, that trap's effect is losing 1 health. And horror increases by 2. So horror just shot up. And it's not good. Alright. But no deaths, which is good. So we can move on. I am going to start with distraction. See if I can lower the horror level some. Give me a little bit of buffer between me and that red zone, because I definitely don't want to get there. I did succeed and fail 1. Okay. So I can decrease horror by 2. Nope, just 1. And I get 1 time. We're going to try to focus. Ooh. I kind of do not want to get rid of any more of my attack cards, even though I don't think I'll be able to get to him in this round. So I will go ahead and discard those to make this one a success. Give me a little bit more of a buffer. Then I will sprint, maybe, hopefully. Okay, so that's 1 success. So I do lose a time, but I get to move 2 spaces. So 1, 2, taking 2 victims with me, and I can get them free. So I will gain 2 time and gain my heart back. Or my health back. And now I am within range of Hans, but not a whole lot that I can do about it now. So we're going to try to focus again. Come on. Oof. Let's see here. I need to keep a guard, because Hans might come after me. Yep. I need to keep guard, because Hans might come after me, and I don't plan on doing any more movement this round, but... Oh, the walk is over there, so I'll discard a walk. So that way I can at least do 1. There we go. And that's all I'm going to do. So now I've got 6 time. We're going to take distraction. I'm going to take sprint. And I'll take a close call. So let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Hans' turn. He kills this guy. Horror goes up 1. Terror card. He kept swinging his hammer and killing and killing. So, target the closest victim, move, and attack. Closest victim looks like it's going to be this guy, but he only gets to move once, and he hasn't quite made it up to 2 spaces yet. So, move, attack. He can't attack because there's nothing to attack. Oh, these needed to go back in here. Alright, and then he targets again, same one, or it could be this one, but either way he would move here and attacks, but there's nobody to attack. Alright. Since he didn't kill, there's no panic, and there's no upkeep right now. So we are back to me. I don't have anything that I can attack him with at the moment. I want to do a distraction first. See if I can lower the horror level. Oh, yes, amazing. Horror level has been lowered. And I could sprint. 1, 2, 3 would only get me back there. If I was to get 3, I could get to these guys and back 1, and then I could use the walk to go the extra space, maybe. Or I could use the walk first to get up there. Then the improvise to turn 3s and 4s into successes. And then sprint. Well, here, I'll decide this way. I'll do improvise first, because if I get 2 successes, it's going to be for the rest of the action phase, so it would affect both rounds. But if I only get 1 success, it only affects the next card. 1 success, so it affects the next card. 3s and 4s are successes. Let's see. I would benefit more from... It would be the same if I got 2 here and 1 here as if I got 1 here and 2 here. Let's do walk. I think that would benefit more, because then I have the possibility of getting an extra space as well. Well, at least it's 1 success. I'm going to use my close call to reroll this one, though. That makes it 2. Okay. So lose 1 time, and I can move 2 spaces. 1 and 2. And then I will sprint. So 1 success will get these 2 guys out. And I got 1 success. Okay, so I still lose a time, but I get to move 2 spaces. 1 and 2. And these guys get out. So one of them gives me a 2-cost action card. I think that action card is going to be guard. Because it is almost time to take the fight to Hans. That also activates the other side of my card. So whenever you are on the same space as an enemy and inflict damage, do an additional damage. And I gain a time for each additional victim. I did save an extra victim, so I gain a time. Alright. So I've got 7 points, 7 time. So I'm going to take a sprint for 2. And for the... I'm going to take Furious Strike for 4. And a Close Call. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I should be able to take all of these zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That puts me up to 10. These go back over here. No, improvise goes over here. Distraction. There we go. All right. So, Hans's turn. He just keeps coming. So, horror level goes up 1. Then he targets the closest, which would be one of these two. Either way would put him 3 spaces away from me, so it doesn't really matter. I'll go here. And he kills. Which means his movement is now 2 and his dark power is revealed. Sledgehammer Massacre. For every attack, Hans attacks you and each victim in his space once. Luckily, there's not many victims left, so I think we're going to be okay. Alright, he did kill, but there's nobody in his space to panic, and there's no upkeep. So my turn again. And it is, I believe it is time. Oh, this should have gone back too. That was from last round. Okay. So, it is time, I believe. So here we go. Let's start with a focus. One success. Other focus. Okay, I need to find 2 cards to get rid of. We'll get rid of a search. I want to keep the close call. I don't want to use that yet. And since I'm at full health, I will get rid of short rest. If I need it next round, then I can buy the long rest, perhaps. So get rid of those to turn that into a success. And I'm back up to 3 dice. Let's sprint. Alright, 2 successes. So I get to move 3 spaces. 1, 2, and 3. Now here we go. We'll start with a weak attack. Now I do get an extra damage from this, and I get an extra damage from my throwing axe. So, as long as I hit, I'll do 3 damage to him. Oh, it's at least 1 damage. I'll take the hit, but he takes 3 damage. Three damage to him. I'm also going to do the Furious Strike. Ooh. Okay, I've got to do the close call. And I'm going to go ahead and roll all 3 of them again. Two successes. Okay, so horror goes down by 1, which is excellent. Because that means I can keep my 3 dice a little bit longer. He takes 2 damage, an extra from the throwing axe, and an extra from my power, so that's 4. I might actually have a shot at this. Alright, so I still got to walk at a guard. I've only got 1 time point. So I'm going to end my round there. I will take the other close call for my 1 point and this walk card. Because I did hit him quite a bit, but I also... Nope, let's back up. Back up. So I obviously do take the walk card. And then I'm going to... We got to go back a little bit. So, during my action phase, I'm going to discard a walk card to gain a time. I'll take this walk card, and I will take a guard. So that I have 2 guards, because he is most likely going to be able to attack me twice in this round. So there. Alright. Hans's turn. He attacks me once, and I'm going to guard. So his damage is 3. Oof. So I can reduce it by 1. So there goes 2 points. 2 health points. Wait. For some reason, I'm always forgetting to put these back. Okay. Okay. So, then a terror card. He gets Unholy Speed, which gives him an extra 2 health. Because that's just what he needs. But he doesn't do anything. So I keep my extra guard card, which is good. Because my health is quite low. Okay. So there's no panic and no upkeep. So it is my turn once again. I'm going to walk. Obviously, you got to try to get away from him. 1 success, so I can move 1 space. I'm going to try to get over there, release that guy. I do lose a time. But that's the end of my action phase. And I've got 5 points. So I'm going to take Furious Strike. And I'm going to take a close call. which is my 5 points. And of course, all of my 0 levels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Okay. So walk and guard can go back over here. And I'm not starting in his space, so he doesn't get to attack me right off. This is the last terror card, however. Is this a prop? So an event first. And the event is, how dangerous can it be? During the upkeep phase, each victims move 1 space towards the closest trap. Of course they do. Let's see. Discard a random item card. If you have none, discard the top card from the nearest item deck. So I will discard the throwing axe, which, of course, is not too good for me. But then he gets to move and attack. Me, obviously. Okay, so I will be trying to guard. I still get 3 dice. There's 1 success and... I'm going to discard both of my focus cards to turn that into a secondary success so I can ignore all the damage. Alright. So, no killer, and upkeep phase is this guy moves towards a trap. Alright, my turn again. Let's start with a short rest, just in case. Why did I lose a time? Nope, I didn't. Okay. Okay, so I did get 1 success and a partial. I'm not going to use my close call. I'm just going to regain 1 and I'll lose a time. That's fine. I'm going to weak attack. That's 1 hit with me losing 1, but I'm going to do my close call this time to reroll. I don't want to lose 2 time. I'll just reroll 1. Give it a shot. Nope. Okay, so I do lose a health. But I also hit him for 2 points of damage, which takes away his unholy speed. Not a whole lot of help. Oh. In the upkeep phase, this would have been revealed. His dark power, which is dark, darker, darkest, and draw a second dark power card when this is revealed. So let me just draw one off the top here. Bloodbath. Or no, a second dark power, not a second finale. So his other dark power is Feed. For every victim Hans kills, he recovers health. Luckily, there's only 1 more victim on the board, so I'm not too worried about that. But that was going back to upkeep to reveal that. Now it's back to me. Okay. So that was my weak attack. Now I'll do my Furious Strike. Come on. 2 successes. Well, 3 successes technically. So horror goes down 1, which means I gain a time. And I do 1, 2, 3 damage to him. And now I need to get away, so I'm going to walk. Oof. So I lose 2 time and I do not get away. All right. So I've got 4 time. I really do need to get away from him if I survive, because this next attack is not going to go well otherwise. But I do have 4, so I can take a retaliate to try to block his attack, because he's only going to get 1. And then my walk card, which is my only 0 level in the tableau. And that's all of my points. Alright, put everything else back. I might actually do this. So his damage is currently 3. So my retaliate this could be it. Okay, so he is going to try to attack me. I am going to retaliate. Whoop. I got 2 successes. So I negate all of the damage and I do 2, 3 damage to him. So this would get rid of 1, and the other 2 would be absorbed by this. So now it's time to see if I win or if I lose. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. So, bad news, he did come back to life. In the end, with 3 health. But that's all he can do for this round, because he got his 1 attack. He didn't kill, so there's no panic. And a victim moves 1 space closer to a trap for upkeep. And then it's my turn again. I will obviously do my walk card to try to take a step away from him. I get 2. So I lose 1 time and I get to move 2 spaces. 1, 2. But that's all the cards I have. So I'll take my Furious Strike again. If I can hit him with that. Oh, but then I can't. If I buy that, I can't buy a guard. If I don't buy a guard, he's going to kill me. And if I don't have health under my token, which is unlikely because there's more non-health than there are health, so I'm not going to take Furious Strike. As much as it pains me, I'm not going to take Furious Strike. I'm going to take a guard. I'm also going to take a close call and a sprint just in case I need to get away. Hopefully, though, and of course all of my zeros, which has a weak attack in it, which only does a maximum of 2 damage for me. So, there's that. So I likely will need to sprint away. Alright. So it's his turn again. He kills victims first. So he is going to kill a victim. But not me. So he gets 2 moves, and his move is now 2, so he could move up to 4 spaces, but he doesn't need to. He only needs to move 2. He kills a victim, so Bloodlust goes up, but it doesn't change anything, which is good. He does, however, gain a health because of his additional dark power. And, oh, he gets to attack me as well because of his original dark power. Okay, so I am going to use my guard. Put that up there because I plan to buy that the next round. If I can. Alright, so I'm guarding against his attack. His attack power is 3. I got 1 success, so I reduce his attack by 2. Which means I only take 1 point of damage. Which puts me down to my final health token, but that also means I get an extra dice. So, we could be in a good spot here. So that's his turn. There's nobody to panic, and there's no victims on the board, so there's no upkeep. Alright, so we're going to do a weak attack. I got 1 success. 1 success. I'll discard both my focus cards to make that 2 successes so that I don't lose my final health. That would be bad. And then he takes 2 points of damage. 2 more points of damage and he's dead. Alright. I could try to sprint away from him, but I can't get far enough away. And any movement would lose additional time. Short rest has the possibility of losing time. So I don't want to do that. And plus it would... You know what? My best chance... I've got the close call. I believe my best chance is going to be to stay here with him, buy a retaliate card. 2, 3, 4. And then I'll buy a sprint just in case. Or no, a guard, just in case. So that if he does somehow, if I've forgotten something and I realize it in a minute, that he gets 2 attacks, then I can block both of them. But I'm hoping the retaliate will take him out. Alright. Okay, so it is his turn again, and he's obviously going to attack me for 3. And I'm going to retaliate. I get 4 dice because I've got 3 here, plus I get 1 because I'm down to my last final health token. So 4 dice. Oof. Close call. There's 1 success, which would be 2 damage. Or no, I'll reduce the attack damage by 2, which means he only attacks me for 1. So I do want to turn one of these. So I'll use my walk and sprint, because I don't need to move, to turn one of these. So that way I ignore all damage, so that he doesn't kill Laurie, and then I do 2 damage plus 1, which is 3, which defeats Hans. So Laurie has finally got the best of Hans at the Carnival of Blood. Unfortunately, next week he will return for their final battle at Maple Grove. So thanks everyone for watching, and hope you'll join me next week.